Hey everybody, welcome to day 3 of The Essence of Your Success. I thought since today is going to be all about money, this would be a perfect song, Billy Joel's Pressure. Because what does money do to most of us? Bills, money, not enough. Pressure in life, Christmas time, gifts we have to buy, colleges we have to fund. Pressure. We go to school, we get a degree, and there's still pressure. And hey Paula, so much pressure around money, so much pressure about being the caretakers and the providers. And the song is about a man who was feeling the pressure of being the provider in his family. Nothing's working out and there's no help for him. We've all been there. So as you guys are hopping on, say hello. This is one of my favorite songs. It's an oldie but a goodie, and it just makes sense since we started off the first day on Eye of the Tiger. The will to survive, determination. Yesterday was all about not quitting. And today, this is how most people feel about money and bills, pressure, and life, pressure. And when we're done with this call, you're gonna handle the pressure. I don't want any more pressure around money. I'm gonna show you a different way to look at money today and to get through some of the beliefs. So when we're done with this call, if you feel that, if a bill comes in, you're gonna know how to handle it. So this is going to be an awesome day. So thank you for joining. Say hello when you guys are jumping on. Let me know if you've been here for all 3 days. There still is time to be entered into the giveaways if you share the group and invite people to it. The group is only for women, so I know some people have been inviting some men. Thank you, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted this group to be, kind of a sacred space and a safe place for us to gather and share our wins, our things that are working, things that are not working, and what we can do together. So day 3 of our continuation of success. So there are all types of people when it comes to money. They handle money in all different ways. There are some that just spend it. They spend their entire paycheck. They can't wait to spend it. When money comes in, they can't wait to spend it. They can't even hold it fast enough. Some people enjoy doing that. They go shopping and they just blow their paycheck until their next one. They'd rather put off a bill and enjoy something nice, have the experience of something nice, and the car payment can work, or can wait. The car payment can wait, because it will come back again next month. There are other people that hoard their money. They don't want to spend any of it. They'll let you spend on them, but they don't want to spend any of it. They hoard it, they hold it tight, they crush it, they almost like suffocate it. When we learn a little later on in the call that money is energy and it needs to breathe. So when they suffocate it and hoard it, that's different than saving it, that's different than investing it. Hoarding it has a whole nother energy around it. It has a scarcity energy. If I get this money, it's never gonna, no more is coming. And that's not a true statement. And I know a lot of people that think that way. When I get this money, even if it's a big chunk or if it's a random job or something, I have to hoard it because I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know, when the next check is gonna come. Well, if we go back in time and mark out how much we have made in the past, however old you are, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, however long you've been working, you've probably created hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, by little steps, by little paychecks, by things that you've been manifested. Any extra money that has come in, any extra money is a money win. Any extra money should be counted as, I have the app that I told you guys about. I don't like the name of it. It's called Lucky Bitch, but I do like the cha-ching, when you can add in all of your wins, whether it's from income, whether it's a gift, whether it's a freebie or a free cup of coffee. My daughter brought in a pizza the other night. That went in there. So to understand that the world is so abundant and money comes in all sorts of ways, and we put the pressure on money, and money was just created to be a currency for us so we could trade with paper versus cattle versus corn. We don't want barrels of corn showing up at our door. My dad used to be in the corn and cattle business, but he would trade it on paper in the Mercantile Exchange in Chicago. So they traded it on paper. So money just became the currency that we just trade. So instead of bartering our things, we use paper. But because of the pressures that we put around it, the pressures that we have grown up with, the pressures that society puts on it, the pressures of The people that spend it, the people that hoard it, the people that are so generous with it, the people that are so greedy with it, the people that steal it, the people that get it in good ways, the people that get it in bad ways. All different ways people use money. Some people take care of their money. They have it all nice and crisp. Their bills, are in certain order in their wallet. Others are just crumbled up messes. You find money in the washer and dryer, I'm sure, or in pants pockets, or in coats that haven't been worn for a while. I mean, it's kind of fun money, if you forgot about it. Found $10, found whatever, extra money that you're finding that we forget about. So how do you take care of money? So if we look at money as our relationship to money, and we've heard all the things, money doesn't grow on trees, all the things that we've heard from our families growing up sometimes, well, we can't afford that. Why do you need that? Why should you have that? And obviously that doesn't help with our self-belief and our self-doubts and our insecurities, because we feel then less than. If our family couldn't afford something and someone else could afford something, they're better off than we are. They're better off financially, but then we put this whole other stigma around it. They're better than us. The people with money are better than us. So you can't have too much of it. You can't talk about it. We just get weird about it. It's embarrassing to have it. It's embarrassing not to have it. We're not supposed to have too much of it. We're not supposed to have not enough of it, So where is the line? How do we handle money? How do we take the pressure away from putting money on a pedestal, take the pressure away from money having the control, like it's this monster, and then turn it into, instead of a money monster, turn it into this relationship that you work together with it, because really money is just paper. It's just a piece of paper, and paper is energy. And paper does come from trees, so money actually does grow on trees. If you look at it that way, if you want to break it down, money grows on trees. The only way to make money is at the plant, where they print money, they make money. We earn it. We earn it in a trade. We earn it in a barter. We earn it with our gifts. We do a trade with our gifts. Someone has a gift that I want, I give them money for that gift that I don't have. I would like to get that. I have a gift someone else wants. So it's all energetically exchanged. That's why when things are not at an even energy exchange, if someone's taking, you're going to feel it. It's not going to feel good. If you go to lunch with someone and they keep buying you these lunches, or, as simple as that, it could be anything, but, they're always paying, and you're not offering, you are not participating in it, they may one day not like it. They may just have this little weird, cringy feeling about going to lunch with you, or about being around, if there's not this even energy exchange. And it could be money or anything else, but that's why nothing's for free, really. It's not good to be free, because money has a job to do. And this pressure we put on money, by holding it, we don't allow it to do its job. Money wants to come in and go out, go in, come in and out, like breathing. There are people that want to give, which is so generous, and that's awesome. Everybody needs to give, but those people also need to find the sweet spot of receiving as well, because the people that like giving, if there's no one to receive it, or if you go out and buy this beautiful gift for somebody and you wrap it and you take your time and you pick out this perfect thing for them, and they don't receive it because they're too busy giving something to someone else, they don't want to receive your gift because they want to give to someone else, that's going to make you feel bad. So there's an even exchange of giving and receiving, and enjoying, being able to enjoy both sides of it. And looking at money and having this relationship of money, that money did not hurt you. Something in the past hurt us. And we associate now that incident, that trauma, that's, money doesn't show up. Maybe it's not money, maybe it's that person that didn't show up. Maybe it's the trauma from the past. So we attach so much emotions to money, and if it's just paper, it has a job to do. The more we spend, we can say the more we make. Allow it to do its job, let it breathe, and give it a different, take that bad traumatic experience. And sometimes, I break this down with my clients, because sometimes we don't know what that was. We don't know where these beliefs came from. We don't know the exact date, time, and how and who was around. We just know that there's a block there. I feel this way. I feel cringy when bills come in. More bills come in, than money. I'm out of money. There's never enough. Can't afford it. And you know how I feel about all those words too. So it's a way to break down these beliefs, figure out where everything came from, and give money a new name. Money, if you sit across from the table at dinner with money, like it's a date, like it's your partner, like it is just like one of your heroes, somebody that you have been wanting to have a conversation with, and look at money that way. You know, how is money looking at you? If you were sitting across the table from you, how do you look at you? Seeing how we actually are from the eyes of others that are close with us, that can actually, tell us how we are without being judgy and criticizing, or looking in the mirror. If there was a twin version of yourself, how do you speak about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? How do you speak about money? How do you feel about money? I mean, if money is there to support us, and the universe is there to support us, God is here to support us, all we have to do is ask and trust and believe that we will always be taken care of. But the steps of believing, the steps of taking your actions, listening to the little whispers, all come into play. So everything we talked about from the first day and yesterday all comes into play on believing in your talents, believing you can monetize them, believing that you are given gifts that others have not been given, so you can monetize them and move forward and have fun and create a working environment that you actually love. You can't wait to get out of bed because you're so creative, and like the creative juices are flowing, and you're on it. You've got motivation, and you're serving, and how you're making people feel good, which makes us feel good too. So it's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So that's what I want to go over, is money being more about energy. If you can imagine taking a breath in, take a deep breath in, and normally we just breathe out. If we're doing different breath works, then it's faster and longer and deeper, in and out, in and out. But if we imagine only breathing in, breathe in, and breathe in more and more, we can only breathe in so much before we either pass out or we need to exhale it. So try it the other way. We're exhaling, exhale, and more until it's uncomfortable. Keep exhaling. We can't. So that's like money, like it has to be an even flow. It comes in and it goes out, and calmly comes in and it goes out. We can't just keep getting it without giving it. We can't just keep giving it without getting it. And if you look at money as energy and replace all of money words, the words that we heard, the limiting beliefs that we heard from the past, money doesn't grow on trees. Energy doesn't grow on trees. I never have enough money. I never have enough energy. I'm always spending too much money. I'm always spending too much energy. Can I borrow some energy? She always spends too much energy. If I have too much energy, she's not gonna have enough energy. Like if I have too much, then I'm being greedy, and that person's gonna be lacking energy. So if we take the word money out completely and we turn it into just this piece of paper, that's energy. It has a job to do. We call it energy. It removes some of those stigmas and beliefs that we were taught about it, and we can finally see it as like a breathing, okay, there's an even flow, and I'm gonna, take it, earn it, and give it, and just keep doing that. But in the meantime, it's not about the energy. In the meantime, it's using your talents. It's figuring out what you want to do. It's your passion. It's your vision. It's your focus. It's not the money, because the money is like way out here. The bridge to get there is what people miss a lot of times. Okay, I want money. I want money. That's all I hear. I want more money, and I want less debt. I want more money. Okay, we got to go deeper than that. We have to go deeper than that. Money wants to come to people that not necessarily need it, that desire it. If you're going to give money a good experience, what are you going to do with money? Oh, thank God it came in. Crush it, strangle it. Now I got to pay the stupid bill, the bill that should be, honored, because the bills that we have keep our lights on, keep our internet on, keep our kids happy. Because when the Wi-Fi's out, all I do is hear, where's the Wi-Fi? What's happening with the Wi-Fi? Keep our kids quiet, keep the roof over our head, keep the food around us, the clothes on our back. So the bills that we have should be honored. the money that comes in should be honored because we exchanged it with one of our gifts too. So the worry that we put around money is not good for anything. And it's a scarcity and lack mindset. And the minute you start worrying about money, it's going to close the door. It's going to block it from coming in. So you got to get back into a gratitude state of, okay, let me see. I'm stressed out right now. I'm feeling a lot of pressure with what's going on, but let's see what's around me. Okay, I'm super thankful that I have this house. I'm super thankful that I have healthy children. I'm super thankful that I'm healthy. And just for a moment, just really like take note of everything just that you can see, and then everything that you can't see that you're grateful for. And then you can have a conversation with your source. I understand. Take this pressure away from me. Help me release this pressure. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose this money. I'm afraid that someone's going to steal this money. I'm afraid that, and if we play more in the energetics and with our source and our God, money is too human sometimes for me. Like some of the things that people say are too human because we have this whole realm of godlike spirits, God, angels, universe, source energies, whatever you want to call it, willing to help us at any moment, and we don't have to do it alone. That's the best part, and we forget. We feel the pressure of having to provide and to appear a certain way and to show up and to do things we don't want to do so we don't, upset other people. We show up in a way that, we appear inauthentic sometimes. And the most important part is just being authentic and understanding that we have a whole nother realm we can play in. And that, when you mix the two realms together, when you start using your five senses beyond and beyond the five senses to start tapping into your vibrational bank and your vibrational currency and the vibrational escrow that's just floating around, waiting for you. There are checks ready to be opened and dropped. You might know about them, and you might not know about them. That's why we call in money and manifest it from known and unknown sources and just get so excited to see how it's going to come in. So excited to see what opportunities show up that are going to allow you to expand and have fun and eventually see the money that comes in, and where it's going to go, where you're going to spend it, where you're going to give it, where you're going to serve because of it. And just the gratitude, whether it comes in right now or tomorrow or next month or whatever, whenever. Allow the universe to deliver the timing on that. And I know that some of my clients too have had checks locked up places, and whether it's insurance or, other situations, and they won't release these checks because of, I don't know what, because of paperwork or because of whatever. And I've seen this too in my own life years ago. The minute you start changing and shifting your mindset, all of a sudden, someone new came in to work at that insurance company, and all of a sudden just finalized some paperwork and your check is released. Just things like that happen when you're open and aware. But if you're going to be mad and just pissed off about not enough coming in and too much going out, none of the money will be released. It just won't be, because there will be so many blocks. So it's easy to unlock the money that you know about and the money that you don't know about, if that makes any sense. Jenna, excellent, $2,000. Yep, I love that. There's never enough crowd. Okay, so we're going to switch that, right, Stephanie? I love it when it just shows up. I know that's the most fun. So again, everything I say is just to remind you because you've seen it. And sometimes people are like, does this manifesting stuff even work? Does it work? It doesn't work for me. I don't see it. So it's not just to keep watching and listening. It's to experience it. It's to do the actions yourself. It's to not just read the recipes over and over again. You got to bake the cake. You have to bake the cake at some point, and then you have to taste it and then rework it if the cake doesn't taste the way you want to. So there's a whole process of reading the recipe, but you're never going to get a cake if you just binge watch recipe videos. My daughter liked watching the cupcake decorating ones, the real slow ones on Instagram. And I'm like, what are you watching? Now those are fun. Those are like transy and meditative. I don't know if you guys ever do that, but so I had an experience a couple months ago, I guess. I did a quick meditation, quick visualization, which I'm teaching later on in another course. I want to try some of these things out for myself before I teach them. I want to know if they work. And it was like a 10-minute visualization, no big deal, about what to do with money, calling in money. And I kid you not, 5 hours later, I was handed a check for $5,000. Out of the blue. Like, I would have never in a million years ever thought that this scenario was going to come to be. And I'm like, well, that's funny, because okay, whatever. So that was interesting to me. Now, that person also had money for someone else. But this someone else was not open to it. She wasn't open to it, so she never got it. If she just, relaxed and opened her mind, and it would have been a very easy transition. She would have gotten the cash too. So I saw it with my own eyes. How just shifting a little bit, you open up all these portals for money you open up the channels for the money to flow to you from known and unknown sources. And the best part is when you're working and you earn it when you're working, because that feels really good to me, and you're actually providing a service and you're providing something and making someone else happy too. So I know, right? That was awesome. I was like, this one's going in one of my courses for sure. So the strange beliefs about money have got to go. We've got to change it in a different way. We have got to think of it differently. It is not evil. It is not greedy to have it. It's something that we need. It is a necessity. And another thing that I find with money is that people use it to control others, and they use it to punish others. So we wonder why we're stuck and we have all these money beliefs that are blocked, and these horrible little, just shattered parts within us that hurt us every time, someone pokes at us. Control and punish with money, and I've seen it with my own eyes. I didn't realize this, though. I did not realize that money could be used as such a punishment. And parents use it with their kids. They use it to punish them in certain ways, and then also, well, if you're not going to listen to the rules, then you're going to have to pay for half the bills. We think that makes sense, but then we're almost punishing them because we don't want them to listen to rules. There is respect in rules anyways. So why are we allowing to release the rules if they just pay money? We watch our speed because cops stop us speeding. What do we get? We get tickets. We watch our speed. That's the way that they punish us. They punish us with money, tickets, interest on credit cards. I understand that you're borrowing money, but that's, if you're late, then you get dinged with all these late fees, banks, late fees. It's all punishment with money. It's all punishment with money. So we're afraid of money. We're afraid of being punished by it. We're afraid of if someone's paying for us or supporting us, loaning us money, and you don't get along with them, guess what? You're stuck with them. Because how are you, and there's control there. It's like there's a tie that some people have with each other. Partners, I've seen partners don't give their spouses or their partners money, or only give them $25 for the week or $50 for the week when they have a whole week with their kids. I had to turn over my paycheck to my husband, and I got $50 for the week. And he was like, I could live a week on $50. And I'm like, this is not a competition of, can I live a week on $5, and do a YouTube video or story about it. Like, this is life. This is life. I don't want to work all day long for pennies and feel like a hostage that I'm just getting nickels flipped at me. When I'm when I have a baby too, like, it's just crazy. It's crazy. The pressure, the control and the punishing around money. So these are a lot of our problems and why we have these problems. I just started watching Gilmore Girls. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Gilmore Girls. My daughter turned me onto it because she said it was so similar to our family. And I'm like, what? Yeah, it's like you and Nani, she says. Oops, sorry. This is why it's a private group. And I'm like, okay, I have got to watch this, And I was like, you've got to be kidding. Like, the girl says things that I do. Her mother says things like my mother. The relationship was very, very similar. I was like, wow, holy cow. And oh my gosh, I'm so late to the game watching that series, but I'm addicted to it now because it resonates with me. It resonates with some of my clients. My story resonates with them. If they made a movie about it, how many other women and their mothers butt heads? It's got to be a majority because they have a movie about it. and it resonates now with, several of us. So one of the storylines last week was where, the mother's wealthy and she loaned the daughter money for her daughter to go to school or whatever, private school, and the daughter was going to pay her back. And all of a sudden now the great grandmother comes in and gives a trust fund to them. So now they don't need the mom anymore. And the mother was like just so incensed, and she's like, well, you're not going to take it. Well, you owe me. She also locked her down on Friday nights for dinners every Friday. And I was like, oh my God, talk about hostage situations, just because of the money, got the money, locked down on hostage situations. Not that dinners at mother's house should be a hostage situation, but if it's not under your control, if someone else is controlling it, then that's a problem. We see how fast these weeks go by. So as she was walking out the door, she was like, you don't need the money anymore. That means you don't need me. And like a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, holy cow. They control so they can be needed. And it really gave me the chills. I was like, wow. So to have compassion for our mothers, to have compassion for people that in our world might look like they're doing something hurtful because it doesn't really, vibe with us. But then in their eyes, they don't want to lose you. That's their way of loving you. You be around, have dinner. I mean, Italians especially, you can't eat enough around Italians. Italian mothers are always feeding you. So it's a way that they show their love. So that was really eye-opening to me. I first saw it as a huge punishment and control. And then all of a sudden I saw it as like, wow, she's grasping to keep her family together. She's grasping to keep her, and they do it with money. Because without the money, if no one needs money, then we don't need each other. But we do. We do. So if we can learn to have relationships with people where money's not involved, that's an authentic, beautiful connection. Let's see. So about success and habits. So all these old habits are going to have to go. We're going to have to rework them and rewrite them and rewire them. And, we need to start firing things differently. Successful people do things that they hate. Have you ever heard that? Successful people do things that they hate. And they do it first. So it's like the starving actors in LA. They're waitressing, they're waitering, they're driving Ubers so they can be available for their auditions. So they have a dream, but they are doing something to earn some money that they don't like. And I always had to waitress. That was one thing. I think I was a better waitress than I didn't want to work in an office. I didn't want it to be 9 to 5, so I was a professional waitress for many years when I was younger. And I hated it. I don't mind working, but I just hated it. I hated the environment of it. But I made good money, and every day I went home, my dad would say, how much did you make? And I said, $500, whatever. And he's like, don't quit that job. Don't quit that job. And I'm like, crap, I hate this job. I want to be out of this life. I want to be out of this world. I hated the job, but I had so many experiences and so many opportunities at the restaurants that I used to work at that led me to other opportunities, that led me to renting jet skis on the beach, that led me to commercials and modeling, that led me to, because of the people that I was interacting with. So I was like, that's interesting. So if somebody tells me, oh, I would never waitress, I would rather just sit on the beach and under a tent and not have a house. I would never waitress. I would never do what you did. I would never wear the outfits you did because I had to work at some of the ones that had like little shorts. And I'm like, those are the ones that I could kind of be a bowl in a cabinet, a china shop, slinging chicken wings. I don't have to tell specials. I don't have to do salad dressings. Like, I'm not working at fine dining. So slinging chicken wings and making money, was a little bit more my speed, but I hated it. And I heard more people say I would never do that. I would never do it. And I'm like, well, I didn't really have an option, I didn't think. I made good money doing that. I had to pay part of help my family support the family of 7, paying part of the electric, paying what I could, buying my sister bathing suits so she didn't look like she came from a poor family. I mean, we were like in poverty for a while. And I'm just like, I saw the pressure of my dad too. And everybody with their hands out. Daddy, can I have some money? And I'm like, stop asking him for money. So the pressure that we have around raising these families and everything. But the successful people do things that they don't want because they know that there's a dream at the end of the road, versus someone just giving up their dream, blowing their dream off because they're choosing not to do something that they don't want to do, which means they'll never get to their dream because they're already just, mishmashed on their path. So I thought that was really interesting because I grew up hearing that. I would never do that. Okay, so then you're not going to get your dream. Like, I'll do whatever it takes to get to my dream. I'll do whatever it takes. And during that time, was able to help my family, support my sister, and help my dad out too, and also see the other opportunities. So I'm like, people that don't want to work at restaurants or work at these menial jobs or whatever have no idea who they could be waiting on. They have no idea. They could be waiting on the next producer. They could be waiting on the next casting director or whatever their dream is. So it's always to keep, okay, well, if I'm supposed to be there, then show me I'm supposed to be there. Like asking for signs. How does it feel? I guess I could do this. Am I supposed to meet someone? Make me aware of the people in this room. So we are always aware of, the next step that is going to get us to our dream, our destination, complete our goal, or, help us scale our business or whatever it is. It's not just going to work waitressing or going to this job 9 to 5. You could answer the phone call of someone that you just might need to talk to that day. That's the magic. Jenna, yes. I love that. Do it. Do it. The little shifts make a big difference. They sure do. Okay, so how many, Jenna, were you able to open the homework, the workbook? How many people were able to do the workbook? Did it help you? Were you able to get clear on anything? Your desires, your goals? I mean, it's nice to write it down to see it. So I hope it did. I have another one for today. I'll post it later in the group too. Our money day, because we've got to start thinking differently about all of this stuff. If we want to be different, we have to think different. We have to start choosing some different things, choosing different ways to think and see. So I also hear people talk about money as if it's just this thing that I need it, I want it, like it. If we claim it to be it. I'm afraid of having it. I'm afraid of not having it. I'm afraid of having too much of it. I'm afraid of I'm afraid of them coming after it. Okay, so if we put a character on it, like Cousin It, but that's what I think about, and put a personality to it, and we can ask ourselves, well, why do we want it? What are you going to do with it? How is it going to make you feel? Why don't you have it right now? What are you going to do with it and for it? Does it really want to come to you? How are you going to treat it? And I had like a vision of like this mountain, and it was on top of the mountain, and it would see millions of people each day going up to talk to it, to try to get it, to try to get a view of it, to try to find it, see it, grab it, get it. And I had just a silly vision of it going, like seeing a strange person. He sees everybody, all the millions of people all day long, and all of a sudden one day there's someone out, just goes up there, I'm gonna find it, I want it. Doesn't work for it. All the people are working their way up the mountain to go see it, get it, and they get a little bit of it because of all the work that they put in on the way up the mountain. This guy maybe gets dropped in by a helicopter and is like, okay, I need it, where are you? I'm gonna find it. And I'm thinking to myself, it's not even gonna show its face for you. Its assistant says, it's not coming out for you. It's never seen you before. It has never seen you up here before. You didn't work to get up here like these rest of these people. You have to show up for it. What are you going to do with it? We don't trust you. We don't know what you're going to do with it or how you're going to treat it. We need to protect it. So you need to prove to it that you are worthy of it, worthy of having of it, which you are, but we have to believe that we are worthy of having it and that we're going to treat it properly and that it is an energy, and God and the universe is like, our Father, it doesn't judge, it doesn't discriminate, it doesn't give to some and not the others. It gives to everybody. But it cannot see you if the paper is covering your light. It cannot see you if you are not shining. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Instead of, Why didn't I get that again? Why me? Why me? Why do they keep getting stuff and I don't? You're dark, it can't see you. And it goes spinning around, delivering all the goods to those that it can see shining, the shining lights. But it'll come back around again. It will come back around again. So that's how I see it. I know that's kind of a silly story, but that came to me one night when I was watching Gilmore Girls. Okay, so these are a few blocks that hold people back from being successful. One of them is when they have excuses. When you blame other people for your situation, and when you blame other people for your situations, and when you have excuses of why you're not where you're at, you justify. Oh, I came from this type of family. No wonder why I'm not successful. Or, my father died, didn't leave me a trust fund. No wonder why I'm not successful. I was always told that we weren't that type of people. We were just common folk. That's why I'm not successful. But the excuses only go so far. The excuses, again, are just lies, because how many people have actually made it out of nothing? A lot of the stars, Oprah Winfrey for one, she's the richest woman, black woman, in the world, I guess. I don't know, in America. And the stuff that she had to go through, poverty and abuse and trauma, and she just did it. She just got up. She kept getting up and going and going and going after what she wanted. And she was open to this information. That's where her soul TV show came from, Soulful Sunday or something like that. So she was open to the information, so therefore she could just keep growing this empire that she had. Nothing was going to stop her. Haley Berry was another one. I mean, there are hundreds of them. Shania Twain was another one that lived in poverty or in a homeless shelter too, she had to raise, I think, her younger brothers. So the environment doesn't matter. The home life doesn't matter. If no one's supporting you or funding you, that doesn't matter. No one supported or funded me. So no excuses. So don't let any excuses. If you have an excuse that comes up that is telling you you aren't where you're supposed to be because of, get rid of the because of and say, okay, well, no more excuses. I'm just going to keep going forward, because if they can do it, I can do it. What you want wants you too. And with opening the channel to untying these knots and releasing some of the blocks and opening your clear channel so you can download the information and clearing your pathway. So it's almost like up and out, clear your pathway so you are a sharp transmitter, and that's where the clear path and the focus, sharp transmitter and sharp receiver. So you're calling in the things that you want. You're getting to your desired destinations. You're calling in fun surprises, not just floating around anywhere, bumping into things, not being a very good manifestor, because we're all manifestors, so calling in the things that you want. Desired destinations, desired desires. So no more excuses. We have a habit of thought of, why me? Why should I? Because other people told us that, I'm not really that good. I shouldn't get that. How about, wow, yeah, that'd be awesome if it was me. Why not me? Why not me? Instead of, it probably won't work. How about, shoot, imagine if this is the time it does work. There's an opposite, the law of polarity. No matter what you can say negative, or no matter what negative comes in, there is the equal side to that, the equal positive. And in between, there are, an infinity amount of ways it can come in. So if you have a negative thought, you can have a positive thought. If something negative is going on in your life, you can switch it and you can have positive. That's the crazy thing about this, is that we can control, our destiny to a point, while we're working with our source and stuff like that. But I find it fascinating, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I find it fascinating. I am so passionate about this, because what a magical life we have if we just put these tools together correctly, and of course we're going to go off the path. Of course we're going to fall off the horse or whatever, but that's what I'm here for. That's what this group is here for, is to assist each other, keep on the path, keep going, coaching you, keep going. When you're crying alone in your closet, just wondering, is it going to work ever? Is it going, maybe this isn't my road. Maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this. What am I doing then? What's happening? Those thoughts are okay for a minute, and then get back on the path. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. We don't want to keep creating negative blueprints and codes in us. We already have these beliefs that we need to recode. But when we come up with a habit of thought that's, I don't know, not me, you're creating a narrow pathway in your brain, which we don't want. We're trying to correct those. We don't want to add new negative ones to our brain or body or soul. That's not the blueprint we want. We want the prosperity blueprint, the abundance blueprint, the self-love blueprint. So just as easy as it is to create the negative blueprints, we've got to create the positive ones. We talked about expectations as well. Most people don't get what they want because they don't expect it. And I heard this a long time ago. Well, if you don't expect it, then you won't be disappointed if it doesn't come in. So therefore, they don't expect. Thankfully, they're not disappointed. And they live a mundane life. But thank God they're not disappointed because it didn't come in. That makes no sense. I would rather expect it, and if it doesn't come in, be like, well, okay, let's try it again. Something bigger and better should be coming in then, because if that didn't come in, and I really thought I believed it, and I'm expecting it, then something better is right around the corner. So allow the betterment to come in. Allow the things that are bigger than what we can even imagine, what we can even see, because our minds are so small. Do you really know what you want? And then allow the universe to deliver 10 times that. Blow my mind in such a fantastic way. Blow my mind. I'm so excited for something. You know more. You know what I like. It's on. Like, how fun is that? So when people have low expectations, they're not going to get what they want. Successful people don't have low expectations. Successful people don't look at the problems. They look at the solutions on things. And it's okay to be, it's taken, 30, 40, 50, 60 years of conditioning. So of course it's going to take some time to uncondition ourselves. Of course it is. So that's okay. Not to beat yourself up for it. But to know that it's all possible. If you see someone else doing it, it's all possible. And even if you don't see someone else doing it, it's possible. If you can imagine it, you can do it. The imagination is the most powerful thing ever. It all starts in the imagination. Everything. So if you ever find yourself going back saying, well, we're not lucky, it's for other people, that's a low expectation. We don't want that. No more negative words in the mind. Our beliefs, have been imprinted in us since we were 5 years old. So it's a lot of unraveling, unconditioning that we need to do. We were taught that, women are supposed to just get married and be moms and stay home. We were taught that the boys are better. Boys are better at sports. Don't run like a girl. Don't run like a girl. Wow. Don't fight like a girl. Don't, you're a girl, you're a lady, you're supposed to show up a different way. Men are supposed to be successful. Women are supposed to be the homemakers. So now we have a lot of women, entrepreneurs, starting their own businesses, doing their own businesses, and the men are the breadwinners, and then they're a little stuck. They're just like, well, I want to help. I know I can help. I want to help. I want to help my husband. I feel bad that he's doing everything, but, what am I supposed to do? And then all these guilt and shame issues come up of, am I supposed to work? Am I supposed to be home? But being home with the kids is great and all, but I really want to do something. So it all can be balanced. It all can be balanced. And again, those are just the beliefs that we were taught. The smart people, here's another one. The smart people are the successful ones. The smart people, the smart kids in class, if you can go back to grade school, we're always we knew who the smart ones were. They were really going to be something. They were going to be something, and then the rest of me, BC student, because I wasn't interested in school. I just wasn't interested in being there. So I didn't get very good grades. But they never, what I know for sure is that they thought that the smartest people were going to be the most successful ones. I know for sure that they never looked at me, ever, and gave me an ounce of credit for anything. Ever. I know that. I don't care, but that's how they thought. And the smartest person in the room is so smart that they smart themselves out of situations, especially when you have to be a little bit more open to what we're talking about. They find every single way that it won't work. They go through all the problems. They have to problem solve. Where the rest of us, like me, don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it happens. I don't care if it doesn't happen. I'm going to do my tools. I'm just going to try to have fun with everything. I know enough that if it doesn't come in, then whatever. But I'm not going to go over all of the problems. I'm going to go over all the fun things that could happen. Imagine if, because I'm a dreamer. Imagine if that comes in. Imagine if, wow, go back to daydreaming. We talked about that in the scripting. We've got to get back to daydreaming and the kid-like behaviors that are within us that didn't care. They just were like in the fantasy and imagined and were so creative, jumping around the couches and not they didn't want to touch the floor because the floor was hot lava. I mean, and if someone like fell on the floor, don't think that you wouldn't hear them scream as if they were in hot lava, So creative in designing or playing with their kids or playing with the Barbies or playing with their toys. Building Legos. We've got to get back there. We can't be adulting all the time unless it's fun. The adulting with all the things that we have been, that we've brought forward has not served us. We've got to mix it with the childlike behaviors. Muhammad Ali is another one of my favorite stories, is that he just claimed he was great. I'm going to be the greatest. I am the greatest boxer. I am the greatest boxer. Before he was great. And he was training his brain and training his vision. And he was training other people to see him as that. That's the thing. If you command what you are to other people, I am this. They will believe that. They will start seeing you as that. And then their energy will help you manifest into that. I am the greatest. Chris Rock used to look at magazines. And he used to look for himself in magazines. Before he was famous, I'm just going to wonder where I'm at in this magazine. I'm just going to, he thumbed through magazines. I mean, that's an imagination. It's great. And all of a sudden he's in magazines. He ended up making it to, so all you have to do is all you have to do, it's super easy. Just imagine. Imagine that you are. Imagine that you are. And being and becoming it and embodying it and putting the action steps along with it without allowing this old blueprint to pull you down is what we go deep into in my program, Wish, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. Oh God, I'm so excited about that. So if you can look into a mirror and really, really, really see yourself for how your kids see you, see yourself for how your partner sees you, see yourself for how your best friends see you, and look at yourself in the mirror and just the mirror conversations, the confidence conversations is what I call them. I am a gift. I am confident. I am. Anything you can put behind I am. Embrace it and don't downplay it. We tend to downplay everything. We're not allowed to be proud of ourselves. Like I said yesterday, we're not allowed to, it's not bragging. We're not allowed to be excited about a situation or excited about something because people think that we're too high and mighty. We're too, our head is in the clouds. We need to get down there with the rest of society. We need to get down, bring ourselves down a little bit. Your head is too big. So if you do something good and someone commends you for it, just say thank you. Thank you. Instead of, oh, I could have done better, or did you hear me mess that line up, or, I had a misspelling, or anybody can do it. Like those are the things that start contracting our energy and make us not magnetic to the world, to the universe. And we want to be magnetic and expand our energy so we can start drawing things to us with ease, not going after everything. We want it to come to us with ease. And the action items that we do are inspired. The action items are fun. The action items are they're easy. And people are like, it can't be that easy. It is that easy. We make it so hard. We don't think it can be that easy, so we don't take the ease. We don't take the easy street. We work and work and work and work until we're exhausted and then disappointed because we're working so hard and we're not getting the reward for it. Has anybody felt that way? I have plenty of times in my life. So I prefer being magnetic and drawing things to me. Also, accepting compliments is a way of receiving. You're receiving the compliment, where a lot of people have a hard time, receiving compliments on their outfits. Oh, this old thing, oh, you look like you lost weight. Nah, I didn't. We had pizza last night. Like whatever it is, it's a low vibration conversation. So if someone's saying something nice to you, just accept it, because you would want them to accept your compliment as well. And that also just helps us. Wow, okay, someone said they were proud. Someone liked what I did. That's, it builds your confidence too. This is another big one that I see is motivation. I hear this a lot. I'm not motivated. Sometimes I'm really motivated. How do you stay motivated? How do you get motivated? If I'm not motivated, then how do I do my work? I know work needs to get done, but I don't really want to do it. I know I need to go to the gym, but I'm not motivated to go to the gym. So what do you do? And motivation doesn't come first. Really, it's the action that comes first. But I don't know what to do. But if you sit down, if you've got to build a website, or if you've got to write something, or if you've got to make something, or if you've got to get there, if you take the action just to sit there and just start writing. Very, very quickly, you will be motivated to continue. You will start having ideas come in, because you're opening up your energy channels for ideas to start flowing. So it's the action that comes first. It comes before the motivation, and then you'll be motivated. If you get to the gym, you don't want to go to the gym, but you get there and you don't want to be there. I've had this plenty of times, but you're there. I'm only going to be here like 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden you're having fun. Your body feels good when you're moving it, and you're there for an hour or an hour and 10 minutes or whatever. It's the action of doing it first, and then the motivation amplifies. So that's good to know. Stephanie, motivation is definitely on the struggle bus. Yep, it's just getting up. But there's times to sit, and there's times to do and go. But doing and going should be fun, and it will get to be fun. If it's not in the first 2 minutes. But otherwise, how would you know? Our condo didn't come through, and just like that, we thought. But the next one is going to be a rock star status. Yes, right. There's a reason. I mean, who knows if and we don't even need to know why things don't happen. We need to just appreciate the fact that we're always being protected. Why am I late? I don't know. Maybe you missed an accident. Why didn't this relationship work? I don't know. Maybe there's someone better. Why didn't that client sign up? I don't know. Maybe they would be a pain. And maybe you're looking for, maybe your ideal client is someone or ideal partner, ideal client, ideal whatever. Maybe it would have been an issue. Maybe the apartment would have been full of spiders. I don't know, so just to be okay, that's fine. No big deal. Instead of having it be a sucker punch of, again, why not, why me, whatever. Okay, great. I look forward to you totally surprising me in such an amazing way of what is happening next. That's going to work out perfectly within my budget, if less, and give me more, give me more. Okay, so do you guys have any questions on anything? Julia, a soap order. I was looking for your stuff. I want your link again. That's awesome. See, and that's what happens when you, even just watching this, being with me, you're not thinking about anything else. So you are releasing the resistance, if you had any today, because you're focusing, you're concentrating, and you are allowing the energy channels to be opened up. And this happens a lot where people are getting orders and clients when they're watching these videos. So that's exactly how it works. It also works with my Wish program that is going to start January 4th. I have a special investment that I have for you guys. This is a very important program to me because putting all these pieces together is amplifying what we've learned. So you got a couple pieces of the recipe, but I have more ingredients for you. And then we go through the action steps of it. And you're going to taste it. You're going to find it. You're going to see it. You're going to start seeing your things come in. This is taking you from wanting it and wishing it to having it. And so many times we get caught up in the wanting, wishing, dreaming, and we don't know how to pull it into this real world. You know, we see other people getting it. Why not me? Other people are working, they're getting clients, they're getting their, scaling their businesses. Why not me? I think I'm doing all the stuff, So this is a time to connect your outer world with your inner world, your outer world with your inner thoughts. So I go back to seeing the family portraits on the wall. In my experience, the majority of the photo shoots that took that beautiful portrait were a disaster. And I want to take that picture and turn it into a real life situation so those smiles actually equal what is actually going on inside the house. So we are creating the inside, the outer world from the inside world, instead of putting on a fake smile, instead of putting something on to show people. For what? So they'll like you better, so you appear better. So no. So you create your life, your world, the way you want it created. So you're more motivated, so you see more results in your life. I mean, if you don't see results, life can get pretty frustrating. It can be very disappointing, and you got to be seeing some results. And I've got the tools in this program that will help you. We have the visualizations, the money visualizations. We're going to go back in time and find out exactly where and why some of the things happened, the blocks happened, and clear them once and for all, because it's possible to clear them. It's possible to clear them for good. And that is what we want to do. We want to have the tools to clear them. So you have your clear channel and you have your clear pathway for that receiver and transmitter to be working crystal clear, crisp, the exact way that you want it. So you're calling in things that you want. So you have the belief system. So you don't have to show up for other people and they are making fun of you, and they make you feel terrible. We're changing around the whole belief system. You're gonna have more confidence and more clarity in what you do. It's all around true wealth and true abundance, and that's what I'm here for. That is what my passion is, to walk with you and show you and remind you how special and how magical you are, and that you can have it all. And don't be upset. And no one's gonna treat you that way anymore, because they're gonna start seeing you as the greatest. They're gonna start seeing you as Muhammad Ali. I am. This is who I am. And I'm owning my power for once and for all. And relationships will be better. And we'll be able to understand and deal with the things that come through life, and shift it quickly and not stay in it. And get off the path of the majority of people and onto the path of the 1%ers. It's total freedom. It's freedom to have the life that you design. It's freedom to have the life that you deserve. It's freedom to have the life that you desire. In 4 weeks. So the last time, so the investment price for you guys, because you showed up, is $555 until Monday. I also have a special for anybody that takes advantage of that today. If you are interested in a one-on-one coaching call, I have a special price on that as well, as a bonus, if you sign up today. Otherwise, the $555 price is good until Monday, where I will be relaunching this on my personal page, and then the price will raise again. And I've got 3 weeks that I'll be working on the materials and on launching it, to see what other fabulous women are interested in joining us for this, because it's going to be epic. And it's time to blend who we are to the next level, starting January 2021. I mean, starting it off like with a bang, with no more pressure. No more pressure from Billy Joel. No more pressure, because we know how to handle it. Just good energy, changing the vibe, and really solidifying, and scaling our lifestyles, our life. So I hope you guys all join me. I would love that. Mary, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Thank you very much. But Stephanie, now it doesn't have to be. You can do some action steps, right? The small action steps. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Jenna. Good. I know you are. Jenna, you are a 1%er. And you're going to be a model. I can't wait to see the pictures. Do that. That would be so fun. That really is fun. Okay, so I'm going to put the link to Wish, taking it from wanting it to having it, and it's the sequence that gets you there. Starting January 4th, I'm going to put that in the comments. If you guys have any other questions, I'll also drop the day 3 money workbook in a couple hours for you as well, so you guys can fill that out, keep that in your toolbox, and you know what we did with this call today. So if you have anyone that you want to share the video with, please do. If you have anyone that you want to share the group with, please do. I still am doing the drawing for the most comments and the most people that referred into the group. So I will be doing that either Thursday or Friday, and I'll have more of these coming up too. So I really appreciate you guys. I love you all. Thank you so much. This makes me feel good to see you all, here with me always. And I am sending you magical and healing and loving energy. So you guys have an epic day today and always. I'll see you later.